setup when I go to the field. So the first thing I do is put my battery in, plug my battery in, and on the DX68 behind you're going to have this little trainer port. That gets plugged in first. You don't turn the radio on here. And then a battery is here to power up the UHF. You'll hear that beep, you're on. Okay, then just check your surfaces, of course. Elevator. Okay. Now on my gear switch, this is where I have the gyro, so always turn that on. And a way to check that is you take the plane, hold it up, and when you reverse, tilt this way, you want to have opposite movement on your ailerons. That means the gyro's going to help level. Same with the elevator. You tilt it up, elevator does up and down. That means your gyro's on. Also on my flap switch right here, I have a little up elevator built in. For when I toss it, I like to hit that switch, make sure I'm going to go up, and then once I get up in the air, I'll turn that back off. Okay, next thing, set the tripod up, just a pole, simple. This is your directional antenna, helical. I have a heavy duty type Velcro, so you just snap that in, raise this above your head a little. It's always good to have it up in the air. And then we plug in receiver, and we're good. What I don't have right now to show you is it's a 9-foot cable that simply plugs into the video out. The other end plugs into your goggles, and now you're set. It's a 9-foot cable, so you can stand, away from your antenna, over here with your radio. You're good to go. Also, like I said, if you don't want to do long range, this antenna just simply unscrews here, and I have a clover leaf that you screw in here that just sits straight up. That way, if you want to fly, within a 2 or 3 mile radius of where you are in complete circles going behind yourself, you're good to go. But this directional just points straight out. So typically I'll get behind it, kind of make sure it's pointing in the direction of where I want to go, something I can see way out there. And as long as it's pointing in the general direction, you're pretty good to go. Oh, and here's the, I guess I did have it. Here's your clover leaf. So like I said, this just simply unscrews. Put this one in here, and this is used for, like I said, 2 or 3 miles, circle around yourself, whatever you want to do. But again, the directional is just kind of for that straight out. But a lot of times what I'll do is in this pull, I'll tighten this up, just friction tight it a little bit. So a lot of times I'll be flying straight out, and if way out there's something I want to see out to the left or whatever, I'll start flying. When I see a little static, I'll just reach down here and just give this a little turn. It's that simple. Your video comes back clear again, and then you can turn around and follow your home arrow back from that spot. I've actually done it in a complete circle. It's just no big deal. You're just doing these little quarter turns when you start to see a little static. That's for when you're way out there. If there's something you really want to see and it's kind of off to the left or right of your path, you can do it this way. Or you can have a buddy, hey, turn my antenna just a little bit until you get good video again. It's never complete loss of static. It's just, you can tell it's starting to go out, and it's just a little turn, and then boom, you got your video back. So that's all you have to do with that. Real quick too, I'll do a quick video of some things that I'm going to have to take apart so that I can get it boxed up for you. The transmitter cable is in shielded cable embedded into the wing. I want to leave it that way. I don't want to have to take that apart. It simply has 2 cables that come out of it there. So I'm going to show you. Plug this. So the shielded cable comes in and has 2 separate cables that go to the Easy OSD. The one that has the 4 lines just goes right in the bottom slot of this part of the OSD. It can only go in one spot. Very simple. The power cable comes in, and it goes into the other part of the EZ OSD. It can only go in one little slot. Clicks in. So that's all you have to do to put that back together. Another cable I'll disconnect. This is the antenna extension. Goes down the wing to your UHF antenna, which is straight up and down here. And on this, I just have it hot glued and taped. I'm going to have to take that apart, pull it out, and just lay it on the wing, and I'll tape it. So all you have to do is stick it back in, put a little hot glue or tape, and you're good. The antenna extension right in here somewhere is a connection. So I'll just disconnect that. This part of it will just stay embedded in the wing. This part of the antenna extension I'll take out and just tape to the side of the fuselage. So all you have to do, once you get your wings back on, put that back in the groove, cover it with tape, connect it here, stick your antenna in, and that's back in. There's no rudders on the Skyhunter, so the only cable you have going back is for the elevator, and the servo cable is run down one of the boom tails. Comes out at the bottom, and there's just a plug at the end you can't see on the bottom. Very simple. You just have to plug it back in, and you put your booms back in, and it's good. The aileron servos are underneath. I have them so that they're right about in this area somewhere underneath, plugged in, taped. So I'll untape it, unplug it. You'll see how that all goes back together. It's going to be very simple. And then I'll take the antenna off. I'll put that in a box so that doesn't get damaged. I think that's everything. I'll go through with you later, or you can actually go to the website when you want to do a range test with the UHF. There's a little sequence. You can see that right there. There's a high and low button on the Rangelink UHF. You always fly in the low position. All the long flights that I've done, it's always in low. High is really a safety. So if you get way out there and there's something interfering with your UHF, you might feel the plane just went into fail-safe or it's not responding. You just immediately flip that to high and you get power back. I've only had to do it twice in all the flights that I've done. And as soon as I put it in high, I got control back and just turn around and come back. That's kind of basically that's your return to home safety. But you can get all these long distances in the low position. Only if you get in trouble, flip it to high. You'll be good to go. I can't think of anything else right now, but if I do, I'll just do another little video for you. Okay. Just to give you another quick view of the helical. So it's set up really simple. And like I said, you'll be able to stand about 6-7 feet away from that with the cable that goes to your Fat Sharks. Another quick thing I'll tell you. I used goggles for a while, but I switched over to a monitor. And the reason I like that is because you'll just have I had a monitor with a bracket here on the pole, and so I had a shadow box, so I would just stand here looking into an 8-inch monitor. And so it's just a short cable that went from there to the monitor. And it allows you to, when you throw the plane, I'll usually do a circle, around myself in the air, make sure everything's trimmed out or whatever. But this plane is big, so I can watch this plane, fly away visually for quite a while. So when I'm using the helical, I'll do a circle, stand, way back here, because I'm not connected with the goggles, and then get behind my helical, and then make sure the plane visually is going straight in that line, and then it's just simply a matter of walking over to your monitor, and then looking at where you're, going. The reason I like that is because a lot of times, as soon as you drop the goggles down, if there is something like, oh, I got a little static, I got a little bit of this, you pull your goggles off, you've kind of lost line of sight if you don't have anybody that's paying attention, a spotter. That doesn't happen with the monitor. Even when you're coming back, when you're looking for the plane, where it's at, I just go back and forth of looking at the monitor. I know I'm close, I'll start to hear it, but I can just simply look up. Oh, I don't see it yet. Just look back down at my monitor, you know, and then keep kind of going back and forth at the skyline, back to my monitor. Where the goggles, you can't really do that. You kind of lift them up, you think you're close, but you can't find it. So then you got to put your goggles back on. Sometimes you get disoriented, so it's a lot easier with the monitor later if you